Molweni. Hello, my beautiful frontline workers, my beautiful, beautiful Nubian queens. I greet you this evening and I want us to have a conversation. This is a time for love. This is our time. This is our time. There's so much pain around us that we are forced into action, and that action is love. Man, people that we care for are experiencing pain, they're experiencing loss. We are losing people that we care deeply for. Man, there's never been a time for love than now. See, here is where our privilege is. We are women. God has given us the ability to love. And it's our time to rise in the action of love. Love is so necessary, especially during loss. I saw a movie with my son a few weeks ago. And it's a cartoon, it's a children's cartoon. And what the cartoon was about, it was trying to explain to children, the importance of love, especially at a time of loss. And I found it so interesting that I'd like to share it with you. So it's a Mexican-based film, but it's all cartoons. And what it does is that what they try to do is that they explain to this little boy, or this little boy is transformed into the afterlife, where there are two worlds. The one world is the forgotten. Here, people who have died, they go there, those that are no longer remembered, people that have been forgotten, people that were buried, and then that was that, people cried on that day, and then people moved on with their lives. Those people go to the forgotten section of the afterlife, where nothing good really happens there. It's like the days are gray, you can't tell if it's day or night. There's nothing to do, there's no music, there's no nothing, there's no color, it's just gray. And then there's another side, the side of the remembered, here, the streets are made of gold. There's music everywhere, there's colors. You think it's there. This is a space where people have gone to that have passed. The difference between those two places is that the people that go to the forgotten are the people that the day that they were laid to rest is the day that people stopped. People held on to the pain and they refused to be able to think of their loved ones again because of the amount of pain it causes. But on the side of the remembered, these are people that their family members tell stories about them regularly. They tell stories about them with pride. The people that are remembered are people that who the great grand uncles that long past are still, those great-grandchildren still being told, you could see who your great uncle was, the kind of character, the kind of personality, So those people, although they are dead, they are not. Because through the action of love, through the action of having to be remembered, through the action of having to be included with the living in the storytelling, they're alive. They live, they are still part of the family, and sometimes what pain does is that it blocks us from being able to feel or see goodness. For me personally, when I lost my mother, it was the most painful thing I'd ever gone through. But through people who came to me and spoke about my mother, aunts, uncles, people that relayed their relationships to me about my mother, stories and things that I didn't know. I didn't know who my mother was as a young girl, I only knew my portion of our love, when she became my mother. And through these people my mother lives. When they talk about her, I can physically feel her in the room. It excites me, it heals me, and during this time, we can't control who we lose. We can't control anything, but what we do have full control of is how much love we're able to give. The people that we have lost deserve to live with us. Yes, they're not physically with us, but but they deserve to be remembered. Their stories need to be told. You know, we need to share the moments that were great about them with each other. You know, we need to remind ourselves, because my story will be different. You know, if I were to ever paint Sisingosazana to the next person, it will be so different to how you ladies paint her. And each one of her will paint her differently. We can't control what happens. But God gave us a tool. And that tool is love. We will not let our people be forgotten. They will be remembered through our acts of love. We will tell their stories when they can no longer tell their stories themselves. And through us, they will live. I do this platform, I do because my mother raised me to be an honorable person, to be a healing person, to be a loving person. And the greatest gift that I can ever give back is this to her. Through each and every talk that I do, I remember my mother and why I'm doing it. Each and every talk, she lives. The way that God works, guys, is that He will never be able to give us a beautiful gift and then take it away. We are the ones that block and say, the pain is too much, I don't want to go there. We need to learn to be able to show love and heal together. You know, share the stories, share together, feel together. We need to rise up as women right now and show love and be present and provide healing. Asizombokodo. We are agents of love. And it's our time to rise up and be able to give love. Be able to give healing to those around us that are experiencing pain. And even for us who are experiencing pain, let us sit together and let us share beautiful stories so we can heal each other. Oh, I love you. I love you, queens. And I can't imagine your individual pains, but I do know what your combined love can be able to create. Let's heal each other. Let's love each other. This is our time. Let's show them who we're made of and what we're made of. We're not made up of hardness. We are made out of love. Healing properties. That's what God gave to us.